What is up, YouTube? It's Izikun here, and today we have the much awaited balance adjustment preview. So, Smilegate just released the preview, and as for a new player, like I'm really looking forward, like what new balances they would cook up before E7 World Cup. I think I've heard from the community that more or less we can't really expect like big changes coming in to the World Cup, but it's still exciting that they're doing this is because like as a new player and even as an old player, you wanna constantly see old characters resurface into the meta and also like just to keep things spicy at least for PvE and PvP content. But without further ado, let's jump into the balance preview. So, looking what they say, we sincerely appreciate the interest and support of all our heirs who have continued their adventures with us in Epic 7. Yay, very nice community. With these balance adjustments, we plan to implement changes to 8 heroes and 2 artifacts. So, I'm not entirely sure if this is a lot, but to me as a new player, I think that's a couple of units that um are gonna be changed in the next 3 weeks. So hopefully these units are something I personally like. I for one like Architect Leica. I think a lot of people are waiting for Opsig buffs also, given that she's in the coin shop. But yeah, these changes are scheduled to take effect following the update on June 5th. Okay, so when ML Ariel comes out. So balance adjustment target. So for the heroes, we have Desert Jewel Basar. Okay, we have DJB coming into back into the meta, hopefully. We have Strays, okay, the one-shot ML5 unit. Holiday Euphene. Oh, I have this in my other account, my Asia account, which is the coming back account. Tywin. Do people actually use Tywin? Charles. I know some people use Charles in like Banshee or something. I think was it Banshee? Fenris, obviously. Um, General Purgus, okay, for Wyvern, and then Assassin Cartuja. I think the community calls him Fat Cat. When I was like, who's Fat Cat? I think it is Assassin Cartuja. For the artifacts is indestructible gaiters and glowings. Honestly, this is the Huayang artifact if I'm not mistaken, and I was like really sad I got it. But hopefully these changes would be much more exciting than my reaction to the pull of that artifact. The probability and number of turns are based on fully enhanced characters. Skill cooldowns will not be changed unless stated. The skill descriptions mentioned in this preview may differ from the actual update. This is like saying, we're gonna put this out, but we can change it the last second. Like literally the last second, like what they did with the Fenris EE, like during maintenance and everything, that we might just not send it. Okay, so for DJB, I think this is the biggest one because I think one of the streamers I watch in Epic 7 consistently while I'm working, since I am working full time, during my mornings and afternoon is Hinojin. Shout out to Hinojin, and like he really uses Desert Jewel Bazaar a lot, and like this he must be happy hopefully with the changes to DJB as a DJB believer. So, okay, he goes from proportional to target's max health and the caster's attack, increases the amount recovered, attacks the enemy with win, health 35% to inflict stun for 1 turn before recovering health. Okay, he heals. Proportional to the target's max health. Okay, so it's like it's much easier, right? So it's more fixed, and it's not you don't have to scale DJB with attack anymore. Like he can really be, and the soul burn reduced to 10. That's really good. That's really good. That's really good. Um, Desert Storm. So inflicts it has a different with Sandstorm inflicts barrier inversion on elements before dispelling 2 buffs. Okay, a dispeller also. 100% chance to decrease combat readiness by 20. Okay, CR push. Not really CR push, but decrease CR for The enemies. Wow. DJB Havers must be really fun. Must be really excited. Bastet Roar. When the skill is not on cooldown, a critical hit will grant 30% damage reduction. When the skill is not on cooldown, if attack grants 30% grant. Oh wow, he becomes like a super utility unit for your team. Wow. He can heal, he can decrease CR and deep spell buffs, and then he can also grant damage reduction if the skill is not on cooldown. Let's say you're not taking a turn. So this is really good for like turn 2 players, right? This is really good. Like I feel like turn 2 is getting so much love right now with ML Aria, with the DJB boss. That's really good. A critical hit. Okay, the weekend if attack constellation before he went from a Sagittarius to a Taurus. And honestly, I don't know what's the difference between a Sagittarius and a Taurus in terms of like stat wise. So comment down below if you can help me. I'm too lazy to like search it up honestly in the Reddit forums, but yeah. Okay. Strays. Okay, the god, the boss man. He dispels two debuffs before with his destructive gaze, and now he dispels all buffs. Ignores ER of any targets. Interesting. Star extinction before. Penetrates defense of the target with the highest max health. When the caster of attack. Star extinction. This is probably his S3 if I'm not mistaken. Penetrates defense of the target with the highest max health. Penetrates the defense of the target with the highest max health. Okay. Strays will be improved to make Star Extinction more versatile by relaxing its defense penetration. Okay, but like, will he be usable in RTA like this? I don't think so, right? But I'm not sure. I think this is like a. I'm not sure if this is a good buff on Strays, honestly, but it makes it easier to understand, I guess, to for newer players, because like now he's just penetrates defense with the highest health. None of this BS, I guess. Okay, now to the other RGB units. So that's it for the MLs. The RGB units. So let's start with the limited. Holiday you feed, 100% chance to inflict more burns. Okay, more burns. Like we don't need more burns from Robin being released soon. Let's eat together. When the caster is on max health, increase evasion. Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter if she gets hit. As long as it's 50% or more, she increases her evasion. That's really good. That's more stable, honestly. Like, well, like this line when the caster is at max, you are not gonna be max health, and you will not. So technically, you're not gonna be having evasion. Displays the spell. Sorry, two divas from all eyes. That's all in the middle of the night market. So this is her S3. As well as 2 turns and crossbar. Okay, dispelling grants increased attack to all odds for 2 turns. And okay, an extra 5%. This is big. This is big. This is big. Okay, nice. For Tywin, dispel one buff, 50% chance to inflict decreased deeper. Okay. For Tywin, honestly, do people use Tywin a lot? I don't know. Maybe commanding shock every 1 turn. Okay, I feel like they just making Tywin based on what this is said here. They're making Tywin more usable as a knight, as a defense breaker, right? Since like it's hard to we don't have a lot of like knights that's our RGB. Probably they just want Tyrant to be more usable in some form of content. That's it, I think. That's okay. Like you're not sad, I guess, as a new player to build Tywin. Maybe yeah. Maybe, is he gonna be usable Yeah, in some way, but like, is he gonna be great? Maybe not compared to like Brig. You already have Brig, right? Like, why would you use Tywin? I'm sorry, but yeah, I guess. Charles. Okay, this is the one person I haven't really used myself, but let's see. With a 60% chance to decrease attack for one turn, has a 7% to dispel from 60% after attacking, has a 50% chance to activate smash. Okay, so technically the slash is just a better overall dispelling and activation. Now he's CR pushes, which is good. He grants now counter as attack. Okay, that's really good as well. Attacks all enemies, increase defense to all allies. Okay, he buffs, he dispels, and grants counter attack. Okay, now this is a good buff, right? This is a good buff. Like he's overall as an RGB unit really good. And he might be resurgent in some form of meta, honestly, in PvP, in arena, somewhere. Could be, could be. I can see it. I can see it. I'm ready to see all the builds of Crazy Charles, honestly, from Wales, from old players, from those who like God Gear. That's just our Charles fan. Okay, that's really good. Overall, solid buff to Charles. Ah, his EE is also getting adjusted, so dispel chance. Okay, yeah, okay, okay, okay. Interesting. Wow, they really want Charles to be meta. Fenris, our magic guy, the guy who did not get his EE. The attacks the enemy with one gets increased speed for one turn. He gains 25 fighting spirit. Okay, sure. Dispelling he's now dispelling two debuffs from all allies instead of one debuff. That's really good. With all the debuffs happening, the debuff meta is kind of crazy if you're getting cleaved. Strike of Fate. He increases CR now of all allies by 30%. That's huge also. Wow. Wow. Okay. So he dispels and he increases CR of the and he gains fighting spirit. So he's like really good with comps that rely a lot on like counter attack, extra attack, double attack. So things like Afternoon So Flan, like Bellion, not Holiday Euphine, Abyssal Euphine. Fenris will be good against those units at least. Young Senya, right? Those units are always just super, super annoying, and Fenris might be the answer to that. I don't know if that's copium. I don't know if that will be true, but I think that's what Smilegate is hoping for here. Going to the 4-star actually, starting with the Moonlights, is General Purgus. As a new player before, I really wanted him for Wyvern. Apparently, like 2023, because I quit 2023. I was a new player in 2023, and I quit also in 2023 after 2 to 3 months because like I just got bored of the game. I got burnt out after like a few months. Then I come back this year, made a new account, and like I see, interesting. So much new stuff has happened, and I'm glad to see that General Purgus is having the love he deserves. So from a 75% chance to a 100% chance, sure, okay. 100% chance to inflict one stun, sorry, to inflict stun for one turn. Okay, so it's all enemies now and not just two random enemies. That makes it more like you can expect more, less RNG, right? And then command to charge, awaken has a yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. So same. So like just or less RNG for Pergus and just you can be sure that if he's inflicting some kind of form of stun. And then his EE, the moment okay, this is the one that is Wyvern wanted, right? Increased defense of the caster for 2 turns. That's why he's a good tank. Now he's becoming a health max health recovery using S1. I'm not sure. I think this is a bad because buffs are always good, right? In some forum PvP content. I don't think this is think this is more of like a PvP take. They're trying to transition him from PvE to PvP. I think that's what Smileget is trying to do here. Comment down below if you don't think so or don't agree with me, but I think they're trying to make him more PvP. They're trying to make this 4-star Moonlight more PvP oriented. Fat Cat, Assassin Cartujo. So provoke 75%, 100% chance, okay, to inflict for 1 turn, less RNG, damage that goes to the person. Okay, so there's the attack or the damage is more to the caster's max health now. Sudden assault, damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health as well. And yeah, I think overall, sure, small changes to not really small changes, but I feel like just a decent change to Assassin Cartuja. He probably he will be used in some sort of cleave, right? Some draft arena, given that or take, but yeah, not so big of a change honestly. And that's it for the heroes. The one I'm most excited for is Fenris. If I don't have Fenris on to any of my account, so I have 2 accounts and I don't have him in any of the account. I might build Holiday Fiend on my other account, and I'm very excited to get ran over by DJB in RTA. I'm in Masters RTA right now. And I don't know how much I'm gonna be run over by DJB in the next few months. Exciting. So besides that, Charles is also really good. I'm really looking forward to Charles. I have Charles, and I might be building him with the changes. So going to the artifacts that I'm not so familiar with is from 50 to 100% chance of burn if a non-critical hit is made when attacking, not just a single attack, when attacking, it will inflict a burn. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't think this is much, honestly. I'm not so happy with this buff. It's nothing. Glowing grants a bar equivalent to 10 to 20% of the caster's max health for 2 turns. Grants a bar equivalent to, is this 30 to 60%? What does this mean? Grant a bar equivalent to 30 to 60 per level to all allies. Is this a typo? Sorry, if anyone can help me, comment down below, but I don't know if like, this is a typo. But like, I'm not so sure about this change. So like, possibly this could be a positive change, but it could be a negative one as well. And yeah, that's it for the balance patch preview uh, for epicseven. Overall, really excited and excited for the changes for Charles, for Fenris, for DJB. But besides that, I think it's just a small, not really meta changing, but really good changes coming into the World Cup this year. Yeah, comment down below what you think. Who are you excited for the next balance patches? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.